Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. So I touched on this yesterday. This bad boy is starting to have some drift issues. People are reporting DualSense drift is a real thing now. We already know Joy-Con drift has been a thing for the last couple of years. People have been bringing it up and complaining about it. Nintendo's even in a couple of lawsuits involving the Joy-Con drift. Now, if you guys aren't aware of what Joy-Con drift, it's where the controller registers inputs of the Joy-Con being used when you're not even touching it. Your character will be moved or be doing certain movements. It's something that has been prevalent for quite some time. I've personally witnessed Joy-Con drift as well. And honestly, I think the Joy-Cons suck. I think there's a lot of cool features and different types of mechanics that the Joy-Cons themselves have. But the controller as a whole, I just really never got behind. I use the Pro controller when I play the Nintendo Switch. The reason why there's lawsuits is because people feel, these law firms feel that Nintendo knowingly put out a inferior product, something that deteriorates after use. That they intend people to go out and buy more Joy-Cons because these things will break, that they knowingly did it. Now, I'm not sure if that's the case. I'm not going to say that Nintendo did that on purpose because there's really no proof. It's a real gray area, honestly. And I've been following this situation with the lawsuits off and on for the last year or so. It's very interesting because, again, I can't recall any other time in gaming where people were threatening to sue companies for their controllers or for any product that they put in. Like, could you imagine if this was happening when the 8-bit era, like with the NES and the Atari and things like that? Like, Atari would have been sued so many times for their controller issues. But yeah, the consensus is that Nintendo's knowingly putting these Joy-Cons out. And I know other companies like Apple in the past have been accused of the same thing for like their charger cables for the iPhone. I swear to God, I buy like 4 a year because my cables just fray like nothing. So there's been a concern with that, with companies doing that. And just recently, Microsoft has been going in the same boat as well. People have been accusing Microsoft of making controllers that cause drift. But now, Sony has been entered into the fray with the DualSense 5, which I think is a wonderful console. I love all the features in it and stuff. And it's a shame that it seems that a lot of people are becoming lawsuit happy. Again, I'm not saying that these companies are completely innocent. It's just, it's a gray area with proving whether this is a real allegation that they're doing this on purpose. I know some of you guys out there are, screw corporations, screw these billion-dollar companies. They deserve what they get for their bad business practices. I get it. I get that. I completely, honestly get that. But this is coming more and more and more prevalent. Like, are all companies going to get threatened for lawsuits for every issue with their controllers? I mean, Nintendo denied it at first, and then they offered free repairs. What more could they do until they get rid of the Joy-Con with their next console? There's like literally nothing they can do. I don't think any of these lawsuits are going to get settled outside of court until years from now. So, anyways, let's read this new article. There's a law firm considering class action lawsuit over PS5 DualSense stick drift. So we reported an article yesterday that people were saying there is drift, that they've been reaching out to PlayStation support, that PlayStation support is a nightmare to get repairs done because you're having to be put on hold for this. It's a developing story. Who knows what might happen with this? I honestly do see a lawsuit happening. If you want to watch my video that I did yesterday, I did do it. But it says it looks like Sony's new DualSense controllers facing some issues. Recently, some users have been reporting stick drift issues, which has led to an investigation that could result in a class action lawsuit. And this is going to happen. It's not if or when. This is going to happen. Microsoft is under one. Nintendo is under one. Again, it's just something that, to me, is interesting because, again, when have we seen this happen with companies? So both Nintendo and Microsoft are being sued for similar problems. Stick drift is an issue that causes phantom movement to be registered by the controller's analog stick. In some cases, it could take years for this to become a problem, and in others, stick drift can manifest within a few months. So there's been reports of, like, one of them yesterday was saying that literally within hours they had stick drift. I heard it's because dirt. Let me grab. I keep putting this controller down. I've heard it's because dirt gets stuck in here, and it causes issues. That if you don't play with dirty ass hands that are greasy and dirty, that you shouldn't have an issue. And I also heard that if you keep your controllers maintained, maybe get a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol and rub it right here, that it could help prevent the drift. Who knows how accurate that is? I've heard that. It's just, it's easier to be in an uproar. It's easier to have this outcry than it is to do anything else. Again, there's absolutely no proof that companies do this on purpose, but it's happening. So due to recent uptick in complaints about the DualSense controller, law firm CSK&D is investigating whether it is big enough issue to warrant a class action lawsuit, calling on customers to get in touch if they've experienced it. So yeah, this law firm is getting customers to get into touch with them to see if they could build a class action lawsuit. And that's all it takes, is a number of people reporting the same thing within a window of time. The DualSense 5 has only been out since November. It's already February, 3 months in, and we're getting reports enough to where people are wanting to do a lawsuit. I don't know. Anyways, it says whether this turns into a legal issue remains to be seen. For now, it looks like Sony could end up in a similar situation to Nintendo and Microsoft. And yeah, I think more than likely this is going to happen. This will be a lawsuit. Nintendo and Microsoft weren't immune to it. Sony's not going to be immune to it. Now, is this a witch hunt? Is there instances of a possible witch hunt here? Maybe. I know Microsoft is trying to get a loophole of theirs through their terms of service, that when you buy the controller in the terms of service, you're basically agreeing to using the product, that they didn't make you use it, that you could have returned it at any time. So both ends, I think, are trying to use loopholes to win or lose this lawsuit. I don't know, guys. I'm keeping a close eye on this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.